I am 25 years old. I didn't believe in karma or coincidence till an incident that happened last year. I have a very good friend named Ulysses that worked with an agency that promotes tours and concerts. He was part of a team that oversees the logistics, finance, and communications for tours as a holistic entity, and they operates all across the country. We have known each other since we were both military brats, so he had always told me to reach out to him if I wanted tickets for me and any of my friends. Another friend named Adrian, 26, was mourning his girlfriend of 5 years that died in a car accident. Adrian had a best friend named John, and both of them are mutual friends with my girlfriend. My girlfriend and I wanted to do something special for Adrian to assuage his grief because he stopped hanging out with everyone altogether after his girlfriend passing and was constantly depressed. Adrian is a big fan of American hard rock band Guns N' Roses. One morning, after a hot shower, I had the idea to check the date on the next Guns N' Roses concerts so I would surprise Adrian with a ticket. I am sure he won't turn it down. Well, to my surprise, the venue for Guns N' Roses was in my town of Fargo at the Fargo Dome and was happening the following weekend. I went to Ticketmaster to buy a ticket for Adrian, my girlfriend, and I, but all the good sections were sold out. I was bummed out about it. Here's a chance to get my friend in a different headspace to help change his mood. And then all the good sections are sold out. I was about to book the bad sections. I mean, what are the chances that the next Guns N' Roses concerts would take place in my town again? Like never. But then I thought about Ulysses. What are the chances that Ulysses' employers would be promoting these concerts? I don't know. So I called Ulysses. Luckily, Ulysses' employer was contracted to promote the concert, and he offered me free 4 tickets. Ulysses and I are still close, even though we go way back as military brats. So we became friends when the military transferred my dad from Texas to San Diego for 2 years. My girlfriend and I were not too much of a Guns N' Roses fans. We just wanted to support our friend who was going through a rough patch. We called Adrian and surprised him with a ticket for a good section for Guns N' Roses concerts. He was happy and he didn't even know that they were in town. For once, since his girlfriend's passing, I heard a glimmer of excitement in him. That was how I knew I made a good call. I had one extra ticket, so I decided to invite Adrian's best friend as well. I had tickets for Adrian, John, my girlfriend, and me. During the concerts, Adrian and John were having a blast as expected. My girlfriend and I were satisfied. After the concerts, we decided to hit the bar. When we got to the bar, it was packed. We quickly realized that most of the crowds are people in their 40s and 50s. We were the youngest group there. We started making fun of Adrian and John that they would end up hooking up with a MILF. It was meant as a joke because John is single and Adrian is now single. Then, almost like the universe was listening to our conversation, 2 women in their 40s showed up at the bar to get drinks. All 4 of us were standing in a circle next to the bar when the 2 women showed up. My girlfriend jokingly pointed at them and say, "Hey, your MILFs just showed up," as we all looked in their direction. Mind you, the bar was crowded, but those 2 stood out because they were relatively attractive compared to everyone else, and they were overdressed as if they were trying to impress and looked like they were not from around here. I told John to introduce himself to the ladies, but he was too shy. He said the ladies were old enough to be his mom. We all laughed. I wanted to push things further. They looked attractive for their age, and it wouldn't hurt to make new friends. I had no intention of hooking up the women with my friends. I just wanted to bust their balls. My girlfriend and I enjoy getting reactions out of our friends. We are goofy like that. So I decided to approach the women while they were still ordering drinks at the bar. I walked up to them and asked them if they were coming from the concert, and they said yes. They expressed their excitement as fans of Guns N' Roses. Right when I started talking to the women, something remarkable happened. I felt like I recognized one of them, but I couldn't put my finger on where I have seen or known her. I didn't mention it to her though. After some light conversation, I offered an open invitation for them to join our group, saying that we have two handsome bachelors that would be willing to take them around town since they are new here. I didn't expect the women to join us, and my intent was to make Adrian and John feel uncomfortable and have something to laugh at them about. But I didn't know what I was about to unleash. A few minutes after I spoke to the two ladies, they surprised us by taking me up on my offer to join our group. After they joined our group, my girlfriend and I were surprised at how well they were getting along with our two friends. They were flirting and some light touching, and Adrian and John were reciprocating. It was on. The tables were turned on my girlfriend and I because we were feeling uncomfortable with the extra nature of their body language, like they should get a room. My girlfriend whispers in my ear that our friends are getting late tonight. I chuckled a little, but something was still bothering me. I thought I knew one of the women, but I didn't know where or how. I overheard them talking about being traveling nurses and they would be in town for one more week before moving back home. The women claim to be divorcees and they are from North Carolina and are looking for someone to show them around town. Closing time came. The night was successful because Adrian and John were having a blast all through the concert and at the bar with the MILFs. The woman that I didn't remember where I recognized her latched onto Adrian and the other woman latched onto John. On our way home, they invited Adrian and John to their hotel, which wasn't surprising because they were filling up each other at the bar and making out. When I was driving back home, I was uncharacteristically silent and my girlfriend noticed. She wanted to know if I was okay. That was when I told her that I felt like I knew one of the women, but I couldn't put my finger on where I knew her. She thought that was strange and mentioned that they were from out of town and my job as a software engineer doesn't allow me to travel at all. So she must have been a face I saw when I was traveling as a military brat. I responded that she could be right. My dad is a high-ranking officer in the military and we moved 4 times till I went to college at 18. I still kept in contact and maintained the friendship I accumulated as a military brat. We mostly kept in touch on Facebook and I visit some of them on important occasions like wedding and graduations. When I woke up the following day, everything clicked. I immediately remembered where I knew the woman. She is the mother to my best friend. He was a military brat like me. His name is Victor, and she's the wife of a military officer. I knew him when my dad was posted at a base in Texas. We are friends on Facebook and messaged each other a few months back. I was 14 years old when I left Texas, and I've hit a growth spurt since then, so it wasn't surprising that Victor's mother didn't recognize me. She knew me back then because I was best friends with Victor and we were inseparable. I recalled that she was a nurse and always wanted to travel when Victor and his 2 younger siblings were growing up. I remember she worked at the military hospital on the base back then. She seemed very modest when I knew her, and I didn't think she was the type that would flirt and make out with a stranger like Adrian that she just met, a man that she barely knows. And then to make matters worse, she invited him to her hotel. I felt sad that she said that they were divorced, and I don't remember Victor mentioning to me during our last call a few months ago. I woke up to my girlfriend next to me and told her that I remember who she was now. As we talked about it, we decided to check Victor's Facebook profile since we were friends on Facebook. As we scrolled through his page, we saw recent family pictures of his mom, dad, and siblings together at birthday parties and vacations. My girlfriend and I were surprised that Victor's mom was the same woman we met at the bar. My girlfriend confirmed that she seemed like a modest woman. I even tried to give Victor's mom the benefit of the doubt that maybe she's divorced or maybe under the influence to be so sexual with a stranger. Then my girlfriend suggested that we find Victor's mother's Facebook account. We did, and on the relationship status, it says that she was still married. She had a picture of her anniversary on her Facebook. My girlfriend and I were shocked. I said maybe they were in an open relationship. My girlfriend disagreed, saying that she lied to them that she was divorced. My girlfriend was clearly triggered by Victor's mother's infidelity. I was surprised I responded that someone in an open relationship probably wouldn't want to share that. So they might use divorce as an excuse because it would be easier to just say you are divorced. Now, this is where things got crazy. My girlfriend wanted me to confirm with my friend, Victor, whether his mom is in an open relationship. I responded to my girlfriend that she was crazy to ask such a thing, and that's not a type of question you should ask a person about their parents, and it's not my business. She started arguing with me, trying to convince me that it's the right thing to do. I looked at her like she was crazy and told her that she is probably still drunk if she thinks I'm going to do that. She wouldn't stop trying to convince me till I raised my voice at her and shut her down. I thought the conversation was over. 6 days later, my girlfriend and I met up with Adrian after work. My girlfriend asked Adrian how the night went with Victor's mother. Mind you, Adrian didn't know I knew Victor's mother from the past. Adrian claimed that they had ex and he met her a couple of times before she left town. When my girlfriend brought up that subject, I thought it was inappropriate for her to do so. As if that wasn't enough, she continued. She broke the news to Adrian that the woman is married and wasn't divorced as she claimed. I couldn't believe that we were having that conversation again, but I was powerless to shut it down as Adrian was now interested. I was giving my girlfriend the side eye and she ignored me. Then they both started checking out Victor's mom's Facebook account. Come to find out, the name that she gave Adrian wasn't her real name. Seemed crazy, but I didn't want anything to do with the drama anymore, and I told my girlfriend to cut it out. 2 weeks later, I received a surprise phone call from Victor. As it turns out, he had been communicating with my girlfriend for the past 2 weeks. My girlfriend told him about his mother's cheating on his dad with Adrian. Victor said that my girlfriend reached out to him on Facebook and then told him everything that happened at the bar, to how I initially didn't recognize his mom. Victor claimed that my girlfriend shared a personal story about herself, and it was that her dad cheated on her mom till her mom self-deleted herself, which is why my girlfriend hated cheaters. That was the first time I heard that. My girlfriend also asked him whether his parents were in an open relationship, and Victor said that his dad wouldn't subscribe to that type of lifestyle. Victor then went ahead and told his father about it. Victor's dad confronted his mom and she lied about the affair. And wait, it gets better. Victor's dad knew his wife was lying and must have suspected the paternity of his children. So he had a paternity test done on all 3 of his children, including Victor. And the DNA test proved that only Victor was his biological child, and his 2 other siblings are his half-siblings. That was when Victor's mom finally confessed. Apparently, his mom has been sleeping with multiple men on the base and enjoys traveling as a nurse where she met random men. I was shocked. I apologized to him that his father had to find out this way, and I told him to call me if he needs someone to talk to. I was upset at myself for trying to stop my girlfriend from doing what was clearly the right thing. Victor hasn't shared the paternity news with my girlfriend, and I don't intend to share this to Adrian, John, or my girlfriend. Call it fate or coincidence, but everything lined up to expose Victor's mom. What are the chances of all the sequence of events? I would like to forget that this ever happened and keep that dark energy behind us, considering the death and my girlfriend's obsessions with cheaters. Victor now lives in North Carolina, and I plan on visiting him one day. Thank you for staying to the end of this story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you and